Hello and welcome to this video of the 119 Plus Smart Bracelet. Now this bracelet seems to be unbranded. The closest I can figure out is it's from a company called Rainwayer. That's R-A-I-N-W-A-Y-E-R. It's an unbranded device. I've taken it out of the box already. You'll have to attach the wristband. The wristband comes separately. That comes in this compartment. The main body of the watch comes in this compartment. I put that all together. And an interesting note here, the band itself, there are no holes going through here. So you're going to have to figure out which slot your little clasp fits best in, and then use the little stopper here to just punch a hole through that. So very cheaply made silicone, but not unlike what you would see in other fitness trackers and smartwatches. I thought it'd be fun to bring you the absolute cheapest smartwatch fitness tracker I could find on the internet. I paid $7 for this at wish.com. You can find it in AliExpress for about $6, GearBest for $11, Walmart from $10 to $14, Alibaba if you buy it in bulk anywhere from $3 to $4. It comes with a charging clip, and there are two little electrodes here that attach to the back of the watch. It just clips on there to give you the charging. It takes about 2 hours to charge this thing up. Let's dive into it. Now to turn this device on, this only has one button in the bottom middle of the screen. So you press and hold that. That will turn it on. It pairs to your phone with a device called Fit Pro. I'll show you that in a minute. You have your time screen on the very first screen, and you have your option here of the 12-hour time, or if you press and hold this, it will switch it to 24-hour time. Okay, that is, maybe it's in the instructions. It's certainly not in the app. These instructions are so tiny, I found it to be absolutely worthless. It's so small, I can't read it even with +2 reading glasses. So these instructions were worthless to me, so I've just been playing around for a couple days in the app to figure things out. But you have the time, your number of steps, the day of the week it is, and the date at the very top, along with the battery life left in the device. Pretty cool. You have your number of steps, approximation of miles walked, and kilocalorie burn. Here you have a screen with beats per minute, your heart rate, blood pressure, and blood oxygen saturation. Now for like a $5 device, I find this to be amazing. If you press and long hold this screen will flash and it'll take the measurement and give it a few seconds, and it will come back and tell me what my heart rate is, what my blood pressure is, and my blood oxygen saturation. And I want you to just think about that for a moment. This is a really cheap plastic Chinese watch that costs about $5 or $6. Just the fact that it does this is kind of amazing to me. And it will come back here, and you see my heart rate here, beats per minute is 71. My blood pressure there, oh, it just disappeared very quickly, but it was 124/79. All right, those numbers are transposed, and my blood oxygen saturation is 96%. The fact that it can make that measurement, again, I find amazing. If you press and long hold onto the sports mode, you have your number of steps, you have skipping rope, you have sit-ups, and that's it for sports modes, okay? Beyond there, you can get the messages. If you press and long hold there, this says nil, so I can't get my text messaging to work on this thing. I have text messages while it was paired to Bluetooth. That does not seem to work. More, I'll get into that in a minute. You can press and long hold this when connected to your phone to take a picture. That actually works. I've tested that. And you have a Find Your Phone feature right here where you can press and hold the button, and that actually works too. It's kind of amazing that any of this works for $6. Back to the blood pressure for a minute. Before you post a comment and ask me if this blood pressure is accurate, I want you to stop and examine your life for just a brief moment and think about, do you really want to ask somebody if a cheap plastic $6 Chinese watch measures blood pressure accurately? Okay, of course it doesn't, but I will say this. The readings I've been getting are certainly within the realm of plausible. So this is not a medical grade device by any stretch, but you know what? It is not as random or horrible as I thought it might be. So take that into consideration. If you're buying this for blood pressure, you can do better. If you go into the more screen here, right here, into the more screen, there's your barcode to scan to download the app. You can reset the device, and here if you press and long hold, it will turn the device off. Okay, so you know, for $6, this is an okay device. It's pretty attractive, but it is a cheap plastic Chinese watch. As I mentioned, the app for this device is the Fit Pro app. It's got an annoying ad banner at the very top, so I'm just going to scooch this whole thing up to get it out of the frame. You can see your step count here, your distance walked over the course of the day, your kilocalorie burn. You can set a target for the number of either kilocalories or total number of steps you want to do. Gives you a little My Health rating. I'm rating an A, so it's telling me my health index is 90. I don't really know what that means. It's giving me a body index, BMI, of 18.6. That's showing, I guess, pretty low. If you click on the plus, it's a body mass. It doesn't really give you much about ranges, but I'm in the low range here for body mass index. So it says I'm in the light to healthy range, so that's good. Body fat percentage, 18.5%. I don't believe that at all. I'm around 12 or 13% right now, so that's just plain wrong. But hey, the fact that it's trying to take a guess is kind of amazing in and of itself. I can go down and view my continuous heart rate over time as it's made these measurements, okay? And my blood oxygen saturation. Hey, I think it's worth the $6 or $7 just to have a measure of blood oxygen saturation, to be honest with you. It's not going to be highly accurate, but you know, if you're within, let's say 5 or 10 points, and this gives you an indication that something's out of whack, all of a sudden it'll be well worth that $7 you paid for it. Sleep tracking, it's an okay sleep tracker. It'll only start measuring after 10 p.m. And then after 4 hours of sleep. So if you don't sleep during those hours, forget about it. This won't do you much good. But it gives you a measure of your deep sleep, your light sleep, and your awake time. You know, it seems pretty reasonable to me. Healthy habits, I don't know what's going on here. I guess you would log your breakfast. Yeah, you would punch in to say whether you ate breakfast and went to bed early and whatnot. I'm not going to use any of that. You got some motion patterns here. It can track running, walking, or bike riding. You can set your preferences and certain things like that. So, you know, pretty basic stuff, but the app is okay. It's in Chinglish, so keep that in mind. If you're an English speaker, you're going to find really some odd phrasings and words in here. But if you're familiar at all with these apps, you know, you'll get through it pretty easily. It's pretty straightforward. So the bottom line here is, would I recommend this device? The answer is absolutely not. I would not recommend this to anybody. However, I just wanted to show you what a $6 cheap Chinese plastic watch can actually do. I'm amazed it actually even works. The app actually is, you know, it's functional. You know, normally I do these reviews to bring you the latest technology, and I want you to click through and to my affiliates account. This thing is so cheap, and I can't even find it on Amazon. I'm not even going to do that. So if you want to say thanks, all I ask you to do is subscribe to this channel. That will help me boost up my viewership and bring you more reviews. This is primarily a channel about kayaking. I have product reviews and fitness tracker and smartwatch reviews on a playlist. So go check all of those out. Anything related to health and fitness or kayaking, I like to do reviews of and bring it to you. So all I'm asking is if you would give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel as a way to say thanks. I greatly appreciate it. Hey, stay tuned, because also on order I've got the Amazfit GTR that should be here within the coming weeks, and I'm looking forward to doing that review.